Fano, it's a girl, the Sassy engineer. If you're new to this channel, you're welcome. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to join the community. So I'm back on the road again. I'm on a road trip, and as usual, if you want to check out the fun stuff I did on the road trip, click the link at the top right corner of this video, or check the description box, or you just go to my channel and watch it. Now I bring to you good news. Before I go to the good news, do you like my shirt? I'm not advertising any merch here. I just love the shirt, so thank you so much. Thank you. Anyway, to the good news. Some of you may know already that for the last 2 years, New Zealand has had these travel restrictions where non-residents cannot come to New Zealand, or if you live in New Zealand, you cannot come back. So the good news is that the government have rolled out plans to ease these travel restrictions. Though there are still restrictions as I speak, but throughout this year, the government has rolled out plans that they will use to ease these international travel restrictions. Read all the details about these plans in the link here. Now, the part that concerns me and brings me joy is that from October, everybody and anybody with a valid New Zealand visa can come to New Zealand and live New Zealand. So before October, we have those guys that don't need visa, like the US and all that. Visa waiver countries, those ones can come as early as May, but every other person from anywhere in the world would be able to come to New Zealand from October. So that is the part that really concerns me, because then I can travel to go see my family, and my family can come here to see me as well. Now, I know some of you have had thoughts and plans of visiting New Zealand, so this is where I come in. You would have read some stuff about New Zealand online, fair enough, but as someone who has been here for a while, I'm here to share with you some fun facts about New Zealand, so that you don't come and see stuff and be like, why? Really? They do that here? Because culture shock is a thing, and the longer you stay, the more shocked you're going to be. So that is what I'm going to be doing in this video. Stay tuned. Watch out.
Get a pen and a jotter and jot things down in order for you to take things away.
The first fun fact about New Zealand is that New Zealand is far from everywhere. The closest country to New Zealand is Australia and some of those Pacific islands. That is like 4 hours flight to getting there. But every other country is far. For Nigeria, if you want to come to Nigeria, 27 hours pre-COVID. But since the whole COVID situation and the flight restriction and all that, I would say just block out 2 days for travel. New Zealand also holds a record of a town with the longest name. I'll try to pronounce it. I have it here. It's called Tau Matafakatangi Hanga Kau Uatamati Turupu Kakapiki Mungahura Nukupai Ku Finauki Tana Tahu. At least I tried. So it translates to the place where Tamatia, the man on the big knees, who slipped, climbed, and swallowed mountains, known as the land eater, he played the flute to his loved ones. Anyway, New Zealand holds that record. The world's steepest street is in New Zealand. It's called Baldwin Street. This title was taken away from it at one point, but it was later restored back. Find out why on my blog post on my website. New Zealand is also the first country to see the sunrise. Yes, Samoa is the first country to see a new day, but because of the curvature of the earth, New Zealand is the first country to see the sunrise. New Zealand is also the first country with a universal suffrage, which means that it is the first country that gave women the right to vote. Good stuff. Winter is summer and summer is winter. Because we're in the southern hemisphere, so our weather is opposite of what you have in northern hemisphere, like places like USA, Canada, and all that. So when we are in summer, we are in winter. When we are in winter, we are boiling, splish, splash, flushing in summer. New Zealand's capital, Wellington, is the most southerly capital in the world. Another fun fact of New Zealand is that we have 3 official languages. We have English language, Maori language, and New Zealand Sign Language. Also, the national anthem is sung in 2 languages, first in English and then in Maori. New Zealand is on the Pacific Ring, so it's a volcanic country, and some of these volcanoes are still active. There is plenty of butter and cheese to go around. We produce 100 kg butter and 65 kg cheese each year for every person. The national food of New Zealand is torn between pie or fish and chips. Here in New Zealand, a kiwi can be a fruit, a bird, or a person. Fun fact, eh? New Zealand holds the record of highest ratio of animals to human beings, with sheep as the highest animals. 1/3 of the country is a national reserve. We have lush vegetation, mountains, and all protected by DOC, meaning Departments of Conservation. So they take their biodiversity very, very, very seriously. There are also no snakes in New Zealand. No snakes at all. No snakes. So I've just finished shopping my noodles and I've restocked, and I thought I should talk about another fun fact of New Zealand, which is that cafes close as early as 3 p.m. and if you want to shop, go to the mall or whatever, they close as early as 5 p.m. in some places, but usually 6 p.m. So malls close as early as 6 p.m. The only time that malls open very late is on Thursdays. On Thursdays, you have that malls are open till up to 9 p.m. So that is another fun fact about New Zealand. So if you're in New Zealand and you want to shop, don't be surprised if you go and the shop or store or whatever is closed by 5 or 6 p.m. I don't know why it's Thursdays. I would think it's going to be on Friday. But oh well, that's their lifestyle. That's what works here. So Thursdays late shopping, every other day 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. it's closed. Okay. Another fun fact about New Zealand regarding their transportation is that there are no fast trains in New Zealand. Trains are not the common means of transportation. So the common means of transportation here are buses. Buses are very common everywhere in the country, but you only have public transport like metro trains, and here in Auckland and also Wellington. We have those trains that do long distance travel between Auckland to Wellington and the South Islands. Those are those are long distance trains anyway. Yeah. Buses are very common. Then we also have ferries that take you from places like Auckland to New Zealand outside offshore islands like Waiheke. There are also trains that take you from the North Island, ferries from the North Island to the South Island. But the most common means of transportation in New Zealand are buses. The trains are not very fast. So that's something you should know when you come here and you are planning your trip and you don't have any car. You have to depend mostly on buses. We have cards like this that you use to travel. Another fun fact about New Zealand is that no matter where you find yourself in this country, you are no more than 128 kilometers away from the seaside. So go and do fun, or take a dip, or kayak. Here's another fun fact about New Zealand. Walking barefoot is very common. Like I am walking barefoot to this winery. So now you know all the fun facts about New Zealand. I hope it helps you in planning your trip and coming over to this beautiful country, also known as the land of the long white clouds for a reason. New Zealand is famous for stargazing, rugby, kiwi fruit, even though kiwi fruit is not native to New Zealand, kiwis, glaciers, geothermal wonders, volcanoes, adventure sports, and all the adrenaline activities. You can find them here in New Zealand, like bungee jumping, skydiving, everything.
Awesome.
So pack your bags and get ready, because from October you can start coming and visiting New Zealand even if you're not a resident or a citizen. I hope you enjoyed this fun fact about New Zealand, and as usual, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification button, and comment, like, and share. It's your favorite girl, the Sassy Engineer. For now, bye, and I'll see you in the next video.